I got sunshine everywhere I go, and I want you to know. I got sunshine when it hurts, and nothing seems to work. I got sunshine. Do you see the sunshine? Da 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 da. Every sunshine. You're working every day. Sunshine, getting no pay. We're here with UNA University pre-session. Open up your mind and know the sunlight is in you. I see a brighter day in you. Just rocking to some Avery Sunshine as we prepare for the UNA University pre-session. I got sunshine on my mind. I got sunshine, baby. I got sunshine everywhere I go. Alvin Hanson, yes you are. Brother James in the house. I got sunshine. Do you see my sunshine? I got sunshine all the time. I got sunshine everywhere I go, and I want you to know I got sunshine when it hurts and when nothing seems to work. I got sunshine. Do you see the sunshine? Da 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 da. Yes. Da 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 da. Every sunshine. I got sunshine. I got sunshine on my mind. Dave Lariz in the house, representing for UNA University. I got sunshine everywhere. I got sunshine. I got sunshine. Do you see the sunshine? Halo, halo, halo. Diva, yeah, yeah, and yeah. What's going on? I want to thank everybody for joining me today. All right, what are we doing? We are dealing with the pre-session. As I fix my rig, is my rig gonna stand up for me? I want to thank everybody for coming in. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. We're dealing with the financial instrument session. I want to thank all of you all for joining me today as we prepare to go in week two of the pre-session financial instruments course. All right. So for those of y'all who don't know, first of all, I want to thank the spirits. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, spirits, for allowing us to be here and share this information with everybody who has eyes to see and ears to hear. All right. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here. Thank you, my spirits with vessels. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Now, what we're getting into today is the financial instruments. This is the pre-session for the financial instruments seminar. All right. For those of y'all who are not aware, let me run down what our season looks like for this summer season 2021 for the UNA University. All right, so we've got a full load this season that we're running. We've got the history course, which is on Sundays. Yes, Sundays from 3 to 5. We've got the Back to Basics course, which is on Mondays from 7 to 9. And then we have the Financial Instruments course on Wednesdays from 7 to 9. You can go to UNAuniversity.com, UNAuniversity.com if you want to enroll in any one of those seminars. If you want to be a part of them, go to UNAuniversity.com. All right, and then you can become a part of those seminars. You can enroll in them as you go through that whole. Once you click on the enroll button, it'll allow you to enroll, and you go through that session. Let's get you into class. All right, now let's talk about what these different seminars are that we are offering. All right, we're offering the history seminar. That's on Sundays. And these are 10-week sessions. These are 10-week sessions. All right, that deals with the history of the Americas, the beginning of the planet, your vessel, what the contracts are residing in your vessels, the fact that you are a walking contract. It deals with what's going on in this society. how the birth certificate and the social security card and what they all are. That's what that history session deals with, this whole game and who's who in this game. Like, for example, who are these different melanated groups of dark-skinned people that are really fighting? Who are these different light-skinned people that are really not the same people that are fighting? You got to know who's who. And as you go through the history, you become more aware of what's going on. All right. The next session that we have is, once again, a 10-week seminar. That's the Back to Basics on Mondays. That's dealing with putting your all capital letter name under trust. For those of you all who have come into knowledge that there are some things going on within the system that are not to our advantage with respect to the birth certificate, how it's been used against us, how our lack of knowledge is being used against us. All right, that is the course for you to take control of your all capital letter corporation name. That's the Back to Basics. All right. Once again, if you want to get these seminars, you go to unauniversity.com and then you can enroll in those courses. Now, why is that important? One of the things we have to learn how to do in this game is to show up like a bank. At least show up like you know that the estate belongs to you. That's what that Back to Basics course is going to show you. How to take control of that estate, how to claim it, what documents you're putting down. And this is not just about us writing your paperwork or you running through this paperwork. All right. I'm getting messages because everybody wants to get in the seminar. Okay, we'll get you. We'll get to you. So now, when we're talking about the Back to Basics, this is not about you just writing or getting your documents filled out. No, because we get so many people that come to us and they don't have a clue about what these documents are. They might have filed them with somebody else, or these people did it for me. I paid these people to do it, but you have no clue of what the documents are that you have put into play in the system. Well, you're still not free. If you want freedom, you have to have knowledge. Ignorance and freedom do not coexist. If you want freedom, you have to have knowledge. That's what this course is about, to make sure that you have full knowledge of every document you're putting into play. Because you've got to understand, when you're putting these documents into play, these are simply tools. They're simply tools. If you don't know how to use them, they are no good to you. So you come into the seminar because what you're wanting to learn is how to use these tools to your advantage. All right. So if you're putting them into play, you want to know how to stand on them. So it's not enough to just have them and think, oh, I'm going to show you this document, I'm going to show you this ID, and I'm going to show you this. No, if you don't know what they are, you have nothing. You have nothing. And the truth is, when you have knowledge, you have everything that you need. You just use these instruments as tools to help you deal with conflict management as you maneuver in the system. All right. So that's what the Back to Basics seminar is about. The Wednesday seminar, the financial instruments seminar, that's a very powerful seminar. And that's an upper level seminar. So you have to have a trust or have full understanding of the trust documents that go into play to establish your trust and be ready to get your trust. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get into that seminar. That's the financial instrument seminar. It's very powerful. It's very powerful. And that is the pre-session to that week 2 of tonight's seminar. Now, let me make it clear, when you all get into the seminar, some of you all are concerned that the sessions have already started. That's fine. You still have access to all of the videos that we put out for these seminars. You have access. So what we do is we bring you into our private group and we make sure that you have access to all of the videos. We do have tests. Yes, there are tests. There are grades. And by the way, let me tell you what the grades are. If you make below an 80, well, you don't pass. It's either you pass or you fail. If you make below an 80, you don't pass. And we do have tests. So if you want to be a part of this so that you can make sure you have the right knowledge you need in order to be able to maneuver in this game, then you want to be in those seminars. Go to unauniversity.com. You can enroll. The business history seminar on Sundays, back to basics on Monday, financial instruments on Wednesdays. All right, those are 10-week seminars. Join them if you really are serious about being in this game. And for those of y'all who've been in this game for a while and you still haven't gotten your documents, oh, I heard about this years ago and I just didn't ever do that, and then I got the paperwork and then I didn't do that with the paperwork. Okay, you need to come on in this seminar if you're serious. Because when we come into these seminars, we are not just talking about it. You need to be doing it. So by the time you get ready to leave, we get in our last session, you need to be headed to the county, or you need to be headed to the post office so that you can get your documents in play. So these are the sessions. And also, let me say this. One of the great things about UNA University, and really anywhere that you go where you have a good vibratory frequency going throughout the group, it's good to be around people who are studying this information with you, so that you have people who you can converse with. To be honest, what a lot of people don't tell us about or talk about is the fact that the road to sovereignty is a very lonely road. It is a very lonely road because most people are not familiar with this information. And they're going to make you seem like you're the crazy one. Well, no, you're not crazy. They're ignorant and they don't want to know. And it's not for you to try to force them. You just got to get yourself right. And the best way to do that is to be around other people who are walking that path. That's the advantage of being in the group or the seminar. Because you get around people who are like-minded, people who do want to know what the truth is. I mean, we get a lot of people who, a religion is BS. And okay, that's good. You found the BS. You found the lie. Now, who are those people who are recognizing that every lie is based on a truth? Can you get past the BS so that you can see the truth, so that you can learn to walk with freedom and knowledge and power in this game? Can you get past it? Well, these are the people. These are people who are getting past the BS. Okay, I see the BS, I see the lies, but there's a truth there and I'm going to find it. That's what we do here, all right? So those are some of the advantages. So if you want to be a part of the university, go to unauniversity.com, unauniversity.com. And just remember, this is a university. If you don't have the time or the patience to put the energy in to learn this information, then this is not for you. It's not. We're dealing with people who are ready to pay attention. It is not so much about your Federal Reserve notes or your dollars. It's about your mind and your desire to get the knowledge you need to move to the next level. Okay, so now we're dealing with, and I want to thank everybody. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. Once again, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. We're building that. We're building. And thank you for being here with us. This is a pre-session, all right, as we prepare to load up at the top of the hour for the financial instrument seminar for the UNA University. Now, I talked to you all about this because we do these sessions because we want to make sure that those people who are not familiar with this information can get some remedy or some understanding about what we're doing with the UNA University and what UNA stands for. So we want to make sure you don't get left out in the cold if this is maybe perhaps your first time hearing this information or hearing about it. So thank you all for joining us. Now, you'll be able to catch us on Wednesdays, or actually Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays, which are the pre-sessions for all of our seminars, all right? So let me get into this because we're dealing with financial instruments today. Some of you all are not aware of what financial instruments are. Financial instruments includes checks, they include money orders, they include even, when you, all kind of things. I'm saying bonds and stocks, bond certificates. Those are financial instruments. A Federal Reserve note, which is a dollar, which y'all call a dollar bill, that's a financial instrument, all right? So we get into what financial instruments are and recognizing them in this seminar. This seminar is to help you to learn to stand like the bank that you are. All right. Now I get people who will ask me questions like, well, what's the end game? All right. Y'all got to understand that this is a game, first of all. This is a game, first of all. The second thing you want to understand is that we are just learning the basics as we get into this game. Now, you're wanting to come in and play with people who not only know the universal laws, which I impress upon everybody before they come into any of my seminars, the universal laws. They not only know the universal laws, they know astrology, they know numerology, and all kind of other laws that possibly above and beyond the universal law and what we know about that. When you're talking about an end game, and if you think you're just getting in here and maybe after a year, or you're mistaken. This is a university just like any other university. These people, when we're talking about lawyers, they go into law school for what, 4 or 6 years. All right. For UNA, we have a 1-year program, but it's teaching you way more than anything any lawyer will learn in any school. Why? Because we're getting to the real information. You're going to leave here learning things or knowing things that these lawyers that are trained in the system, they don't know. And even if they did know, they couldn't tell if they did, because they would be disassociated from the bar. All right. So you've got to recognize, not only are you going above the knowledge that they know, we're getting into with this financial instruments. We're getting into annuities. I'm going to say it like that. We're getting into annuities. What do you know about the annuities game? Well, if you're really talking about the end game and you're talking about standing as a bank or understanding this whole game, you got to know those things. All right. So when we're talking about standing like a bank, the question is, do you have all of your 3 documents that we talk about that you need to put on public record? Do you have, your federal document that comes back to you and your federal ID number? Do you have your EIN number? Do you have all of these things in place? Do you have your seal, your flag, your constitution? Do you understand who you are as a landmass? Do you understand who you are as a bank? Well, see, all of those things go into play when you're talking about standing as a bank. Do you have those things in order? Do you know what we're talking about when we speak on that? If not, then, get ready to learn. In the Back to Basics seminar, you're already learning knowledge that's beyond that, what lawyers know from that one course. If y'all are not in that history course, that is also becoming a prerequisite for UNA. Also, UNA, we're going to have enrollment for our university, along with financial aid, because it's not, these are not cheap programs. But if you want to make it happen, then all you got to do is say the word. So, understanding how to stand as a bank. You need to know how to show up looking like a bank and not like a child that doesn't know how to run their own estate. If you look like a child or you look like somebody who is really clueless, and they're going to know by the things that you do and say, then they're going to take advantage of you, which is what has been going on. So you got to know how to look when you're dealing business with these people, how to stand. And then that's when you're able to really start running your own estate and account and doing business with the entities that you really want to do business with. Now, I just said doing businesses with the entities that you really want to do business with. Here's the next thing. We're talking about the entities. Some of y'all are not aware that there are different entities. There's federal and then there's state. Because we don't know law, let me rephrase it. As we learn law and we understand what's going on in this game, we understand that there is a fight going on internally. There is a difference between the federal government and some of y'all, when y'all hear United States, that's the government. It is not the government. It's a state. It's a corporation. and there's the federal government, and they are fighting within. Y'all don't recognize that because, once we start learning these laws, then it becomes clear. They are fighting. And the question is, where do you want to stand in the game? There's the federal side, and then there's the state. When you learn the game, then you learn to be and stand where you want to be. Who is it that you want to conduct business with? The United States corporation or the federal government? They're not the same, people. There's a federal government that has been providing for you the whole time and giving you everything that you need under contract. And then there's a corporation called the United States Corporation that's been blocking that. This corporation runs things like the FBI, the IRS, the CIA, and y'all assume that they are the same as what's going on with the federal. Well, in this course, we're going to learn who's who and how you can tell who's who and why. It's very simple. It's been in our face. We just didn't know what we were looking at. Well, we get ready to reveal that in this seminar. All right. So now, also, as we go into this game, today, we're going to deal with the responsibility of power. As the deeper I get into this game, the more powerful the information is that comes to us. All right. The deeper we're going into this game, the more powerful is the information that's coming to us. And some of us are so bitter at what's happened, we're not truly ready for this information. Some of us are so bitter about what has happened that we're not truly ready for the information that's coming to us. And that's important because once again, this is a game. And I say that because we have to know that if we're getting in this game and we're trying to get some get back, or we're trying to, play dirty, or we think we can just get away with doing all kind of dirty and nasty deeds to people because we think we can't be touched, well, you're going to destroy yourself. And it's important for us to really recognize what's going on with respect to this whole game and not to abuse the powers. This is why I need you in the seminar, because if you can't show that you have a full understanding of the universal laws and apply them, if you can't show that you have the discipline to walk through these seminars, if you can't show that you have the true knowledge that's needed to operate as a bank, I don't even want to talk to you. We can't do business. We won't do business. And I say to you, there are people who have tried to, whittle their way, if you will, into these seminars where they, especially when I first started doing this and people would, I'm gonna donate $1 to get in just so they can get in. Well, you're going to get $1 worth of remedy. You can't, listen, it doesn't matter what I do or what you do. If you're not deserving of something, the universe is not going to allow you to have it. And if it is for you, there's nothing anybody on this planet can do to stop you from having it if the universe wills for you to have it. So let's understand this. If you just think I'm going to pay $1 to get in, or whatever you think you're going to do, I'm going to steal the information from somebody else, you're going to get $1 worth of remedy. That's all you're going to get. It's going to help you $1 worth of, that's it. Because you haven't paid for it. And y'all got to understand, I talked about universal currency and paying, not only paying attention, you got to pay the energy, whatever it is. I mean, we have it set up where you can come in with UNA, and if you're working with us in certain ways, then we can help you get what you need. But some of y'all don't even, you just want to, well, I shouldn't have to pay. Well, then, okay, that's okay. You're not going to get what you think you deserve because you haven't put the energy out to deserve it. All right. So with that being said, when we're dealing with this and not abusing power, this is some powerful information. You won't get it from me until you show that you have the ability and authority, or the ability rather, to walk with responsibility with respect to this knowledge. You got to show that you have responsibility and that you know the laws, the highest laws. They ain't talking about man's laws. And I'm not talking about you wanting to get some get back because, oh, this is what they did to my son, and this is what they did to my uncle, and this is what they did to my... You own the laws. And then you think you're a victim. You can't be a victim in this game because you're going to get yourself hurt. All right. The last thing before I get up out of here, I want to talk about being able to see analogies. Now, this is huge because, again, as we deal with learning the universal laws, we're dealing with learning the universal laws, do you know how to spot laws? Here's the deal. The universal laws, as I said, and I say often, they give you a different vision. All right. They're going to give you a different vision or insight that you would not otherwise have. And when we're talking about, when you hear terms or analogies like there's two sides to every coin, that's a universal principle. Do you know how to use that such that you can make it work to your advantage? Do you know you use that law to see different things? And this is important because even when we say two sides to every coin, we're talking about being able to understand duality. And I need y'all to listen to me because, see, I know y'all doze off on these parts when I start talking about universal laws. I know y'all doze off. It's okay. It's okay because I'm here for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. If you can't get it, you're not supposed to hear it, and that's okay. So I need y'all to pay attention for those of you who really want to go to the next level. When we're talking about duality and being able to use the universal laws to your advantage, when we're talking about two sides to every coin, all right, I'm going to give you a couple of examples. When you see people and they're saying, those people who are playing this game, they're greedy and they're evil or whatever. They're this and they're that. We got to understand the exact same thing that you're saying about them is what they're saying about you. Look at them down there. They're greedy. They don't know how to, they don't have a responsibility with the powers that they had. That's why they lost them. The same thing you're saying about them. They're greedy. They just want money. They don't know the laws. They don't know how to use the laws. Two sides to every coin. Another thing about that is when I talk about not having ignorance of a certain topic, when you gain knowledge, that's when you gain power. You've heard the term over and over again, knowledge is power. Okay, so the same instruments that are being used, that you think are being used to enslave you, the birth certificate, the social security card, the driver's license, those are the same things you can use to uplift yourself when you gain knowledge about what they are. The birth certificate, the driver's license, the passport, the social security card, all of those are financial instruments. All of them are financial instruments. And when you get into this seminar, we learn to take those instruments and use them to our advantage. You've got to understand who's who in this game. Who is the federal? Who is the state? Who is it that you want to deal with? What side of this game do you want to be on? How is it being run from the top? Who's at the top? What are they doing up there? Yeah, we're going to go deep into that today. And we're also going to make sure that, we have all of our documents in place such that when we want to start doing business, we do it in such a way that we respect all of the laws, such that we don't hurt ourselves. If you don't know how to do that and all you are is you hungry for money and, oh, I'm desperate, and this is not the place for you. I'm here to talk to people who want to learn the knowledge. Because as I get out of here, the last thing I want to say to you, when it comes to remedy and me finding my best remedy comes from the universal laws. That's where my abundance comes from. I see more remedy coming from the spiritual side than I ever did from man's side. But Diva, does the A for V work? Yeah, and we've made it work in several situations. But again, if your energies aren't right, nothing is going to work for you. Nothing. And then when your energies are right, well, just your money and your remedy is coming from the spiritual side. That's another story. That's why, listen, I say to you, y'all got to get the universal laws first, because those who are playing this game, they are fully aware of them and they use them all day, every day against those who are ignorant of them. Not only do they know the universal laws, they know astrology, they know numerology. Those things are very real because this whole dimension is all about numbers and frequencies. You can't read frequencies. You're not even playing in this game. All right, so we're ready to get loaded into the Zoom room. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Once again, y'all subscribe on YouTube, Facebook. Love y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. We're going to catch y'all next week. But today, if y'all want to load up in the Zoom room, go to unauniversity.com. unauniversity.com. Join us. Y'all want to be a part of the university. This is something serious. This is something very serious. And I want to thank everybody who's willing to put the time in and the energy in and to pay attention as we go to the next level. We in the 5G, baby. Where you standing? Diva Laree, I'm out. Bye-bye.